Wendy's.
Welcome to the CMPodcast, faggots. Today's special guest is some bitch. Hey. Yeah.
They made them
That
wait
feels so bad.
4 to 5 years.
We had to wait 6 eons because CMD was all hangry and shit.
I was really craving Wendy's. I was like,
Threatening to castrate himself if he didn't get Wendy's, although it wasn't a real threat because none of us really cared. I'll get some fucking Wendy's right now. I'm gonna castrate myself.
Alright. We just graduated today. And some fun shit. Yeah, and
It'll be oodles of fun.
in previous episodes, when I asked if Annoying Voice's
Sorry.
parents had... If Annoying Voice had parents at all, and if so, what were they doing? I did not see his parents. I actually saw him by himself, really.
Which means he doesn't have any. Probably for some weird rite of passage, he probably dueled them and sent them to the Shadow Realm. A tragic tale. A tragic tale. Which explains why he turned out so bad. He didn't have any parents to raise him.
Mom and Dad, I'm gonna send you straight to the Shadow Realm.
Makes that grunt noise. Makes a grunt noise with normal voice. He talks like that on purpose.
Or,
You know who Nicholas Furnace is, right? I hope.
yeah.
Do you have any experiences with him that you'd like to tell us about?
Yeah.
Well, he was always by my locker all year.
Ooh,
I never really talked to him,
good.
but
You saved yourself some pain.
one time, him and his friends, I don't know if they're friends, they were like, I was waiting for my bus, and they were like playing like, heck if I know, Yu-Gi-Oh or something. I sat down,
Probably.
like, really weird, and he just kept like staring at me.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Ugh. No, not ooh.
Woo! Who cares? Who cares? He didn't, shoot the school. So
Don't jinx us.
who cares if he does? He'll get like an AK, fire one shot, it will tear his goddamn arm off,
Have you seen
Not
him?
if I-
and then he'll shoot himself in the face by accident about halfway through.
I'll wait till the anniversary of Columbine next year, and I'll do it again. I mean, I'll do it.
I want to make Columbine. Everybody's like, Columbine. And they go, quiet. It wasn't a real tragedy.
I can make it trip.
Now, if an entire school gets exterminated, that might qualify as a tragedy.
Oh no.
But until then, I'm not gonna shed some tears over a bunch of dead kids and some memers who got some guns.
Reminds me of the whole Rachel's Challenge thing.
The what?
Throw on the end of the gun.
Rachel's Challenge, you know that?
Oh yeah.
14 people got shot dead. No, well, fuck the other 13 people. It's like this one girl who's pretty nice. She's all that matters.
School was just looking for another goddamn excuse to waste our time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, the kids will probably hate this. Thank yes, we will. School, you're right.
If there's the World War III, our classes are gonna make us do a freaking project about it.
Oh shit.
Ha!
Know it for sure.
What's going to start World War III? Spicy memes.
No
Some
memes.
some spicy maymays.
Normie memes are gonna be positive.
Memes.
Yeah, normie memes are gonna fucking start World War III because it'll be like real memers versus well, what the fuck was that? It'll be like real memers versus normies, and we will win.
Real memers or like expand on normie memes or like, oh shit, here comes that boy, and basically anything.
Here come that boy.
Anything that's basically anything that's on iFunny featured.
Yeah. Anything that's iFunny featured is going to be, part of the normie side.
Some of it's okay, but I feel like that's like a feature mistake. Like they accidentally featured a good meme, and then they ruin the meme because everybody likes it.
Well, it's best if it's unknown, because then it's at its dankest.
If swoosh becomes a thing on iFunny feature, I'll kill myself.
Ah! Yeah, we'll probably have to just kill ourselves or find a new joke. How dare you try to swoosh against us?
Hope, did you watch both of the podcasts and like the full things?
The one that
There were 3 of them.
Yeah. Did you watch all 3 of them all the way?
No.
Why did you ask?
So in case because some there in the second one we explained the swoosh.
The infinite swoosh.
Did you get to the part where we were talking about midge fag?
Midge fag. Ah.
Hello?
Yeah.
What?
Did you get the part where we were talking about midge fag? You know who midge fag is, right?
Give us our daily bash for midge fag.
You know who that is, right?
Does that answer your question?
No.
Kyle.
Yes. I was confusing myself.
It's Kyle. I remember you told me to just not tell you more of the stupid things, but each podcast, even if it's brief, it's just got to have somewhere. I don't know, like talk about a stupid thing he did once. I thought of
Well,
one.
It's not hard.
What was it? I mean, you already said how he was gonna up or downgrade to Windows 8.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can think of something good.
Oh, me?
Yeah, if I can't, because I mean, I have a hard time remembering things.
Did you tell her about the prank call?
Oh, did you? Oh my God, what the hell? Did you hear about that one in the second podcast?
No, I don't remember.
Oh, this one is both. This one will both destroy your faith in humanity and make you feel bad at the same time, just for no reason. Because
let's go.
It's just that bad.
Are you going to explain it?
Okay,
it's
so
bad as saying "oh well" when you hear a story about a girl falling in a well and dying.
Oh well.
I said.
Anyway, so what had happened was CMD and I were at an apartment, and he was also there, and we got the idea that we would like prank call him. And keep in mind, we were under the impression that this wouldn't work, that he would immediately latch on to the fact that it was us. and we were about 5 feet away from him, if that. Okay, and we used my phone because he didn't have my caller ID, and then we called him, and we said, is your refrigerator running? And he was like, what? All confused and shit. So we thought it was like, okay, it's where it's going according to plan. We were like, you're gay, and then we hung up and started dying. Well, about 10 seconds later, we weren't dying as hard, and we looked over at him, and I don't remember the exact words that were exchanged, but he didn't realize that was us.
Oh,
5 feet away, if that. He didn't know. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
did he not?
I guess not. Who knows? But whenever I think about that, it always makes me feel really, really. The fact that he didn't know it was us makes me laugh a little bit. But then during that laughter, I always feel like, ugh, God. It's just really fucking terrible.
Why is that terrible?
Because no, the fact that the fact that he didn't know both enriches the joke and makes it worse at the same time. It hurts. It's like,
Has he ever hurt you on the phone?
Yes.
Oh.
CMD, you've seen him at school. I'm pretty sure he's done some autistic shit at school. Yeah. Disgusting. What the fuck? He drank rotten milk. Oh, I remember the scarf. It looked, yeah, it was like, he was like saying it looked good or some shit. It's like, that's not how that works.
Wait, who are we talking about again?
Kyle Starr.
Oh, Kyle?
Yeah.
I dated him for like 2 days.
Whoa.
Yeah, okay, so that means you quickly learned. Good.
Wait, what was, I mean, if you don't mind telling us why.
Why did I end?
Yeah.
He barely paid attention to me, and I paid a lot of attention. And like, he smoked way too much, like weed, and I wasn't feeling it. Because he'd like ignore me, and I was on Discord with him a lot, and he was just, paying more attention to his games than me, and it took me like 10 times saying his name for him to realize that I was talking to him, even just in a call with him. Yeah, and I know Sky hates my guts, absolutely. So I knew that was going to work out.
Who's that?
That's his sister.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I just didn't see a future with him. It basically, like, forced me into the relationship. I had just gotten out of it, too.
What? That's not gonna fly.
What I said?
No, the fact that he forced you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's almost 18, so I think maybe.
He's 17.
He's 17.
18
Oh.
or something. I think December. I don't know. No, October something. October. I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
It really doesn't.
His age is
I said the basic thing that we could still be friends and all, but like I don't really talk to him that much anymore. At least.
No one can be friends with him.
Yeah, I am like not friends with like anyone just besides Mason Claybrook because that was like I don't know. It was just like it was a mutual breakup, so. Mason has like a basic he hides. I have chocolate milk.
Come on, Molly mixer.
Oh, and yeah, I tried to make a plan with Kyle to hang out, and he ignored me and said that he needed to charge his phone. And his phone, it doesn't take him like it should take
I'll be right back.
hours to charge your phone. And I got home and I was able to nap for a few hours, and then like 2 hours after I woke up from my nap, he's like, "Oh, sorry, I just turned on my phone." Yeah.
Really sounds like
Yeah. He took jokes way too far. Like, they didn't even turn into jokes anymore. They was just offensive things. And he thinks that, okay, rape is okay, and it's not.
I am returned.
So you did experience the autism firsthand.
Good. Good.
Yeah, meth ones.
What?
I heard that too. Rumors about Midget doing meth. It was a bit back.
Midget hasn't done meth.
He's done acid.
Yeah, he in fact did do acid one time.
I'm just not really into people that do drugs because it tore my family apart. So,
oh wait, no, not yet. I know what I must do. I must go on World of Warcraft. I haven't touched that today. VR makes me feel fucking hot. Good God.
CMD plays WoW for the 5 billionth time.
Yeah.
wow.
That's me. Wow. Alright. Everybody get up. It's time to slam now.
Slam. None can stop the Slam Jam.
Slim Jim.
No.
What's wrong with Slim Jims?
No one can stop the Slam Jam. CMD, we still haven't gotten Slam Jam Prime.
I know, we need to do that. Put my chair back up. Ah. I want that one. I want that chair. So, blue. Where is my Agatha's Lane? Oh my God.
Me.
It's on there.
Wait a minute.
I bet this Dylan guy is infinitely better. I don't even know who he is. So.
Who?
Oh, the guy that she's dating now. I don't know. I've.
Oh, Dylan?
Yep. He talked to me like once before. I can't remember what he said. So I don't know.
He's the nicest guy I've dated, so. Most of my exes are pieces of crap.
Well, I think that's what we all say about our exes, really.
I'm being serious.
Swoops. I just look at Blaine. He looks fucking depressed. Jesus, like I can't tell if that's like what he always looks like.
Oh, he is. And me ending it with him made it even worse.
Oh.
But he treated me awfully. I could go on and on forever what he's done.
Well, yeah. I'm not sure about. Let's keep it not too negative of a podcast. We talk. I mean, There was another thing that I had in mind that Kyle had done that was so stupid. What was it? Oh yeah, Fat, by the way. You know who Devin? You probably don't. Devin Mitchell. He's a big kid. He was always in the cafeteria, but you weren't there at the time. He's always in the cafeteria, walking around.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yes,
he was always in the cafeteria, walking around. Like after he eats food, he'd walk around and like do shit for food, like do stupid shit for food, like do the worm.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that.
You know, he graduated the year before you came into high school.
Mm-hmm.
Or year before you started. Well, whatever that. Anyways,
I was in 8th grade.
He and Kyle. We call him Fat. That's what Jared started calling him Fat, and then he started insisting everybody to call him Fat. Like he and Kyle and Fat had Fat had gotten a job and shit, and he decided to live in this little house that's like right next to mine right now. It's a shack. It's like one room and a bathroom, and it's just fucking terrible. Yes, it's good. I'm going to live here. And he decided to live there, and Kyle basically decided, I'm going to move in with him. I'm going to be a big boy and move out. Which he really didn't. He just slept there and got drunk there. And all that we know is that they got drunk occasionally in that shack. And
that what?
All we know is that Kyle, in fact, got drunk in that shack occasionally.
Occasionally? There was no occasionally about it.
You said that they occasionally got drunk, and there was question marks from there, and we just assumed that they were gay together.
There's no assumption about it. They were.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, honestly, Kyle's always the one, or he's the one that like denies, like, I'm not gay, and then it's kind of like the stupid thing. He's like, I'm not gay, and then eventually, like, I'm not even gonna be surprised if he grows up to be actually homosexual.
No kidding.
And like how stupid people are. Like the stupid people are the ones that deny their stupidity. Like Gavin Keppel, you know who he is?
Yeah.
God. Yeah, it's hard to not know who Keppel is.
You're released from the pain.
If you don't know who Keppel is, you're doing something right.
You are spared the agony because he graduated.
Keppel graduated?
Somehow. I don't know. Yeah, he did somehow.
What?
Probably cheating, knowing like everything
that or the school is like, all right, let's get this fucking kid out of here. Didn't want to look at him anymore.
It's not.
We're talking about a kid whose greatest achievement is going to most likely be jail.
There's like a 20% chance I'll either go to jail or prison.
No.
I hold my anger in.
I do too.
Same. I do a lot better job keeping my anger in than I used to in junior high. Oh, I won't even tell you. Couldn't even tell you.
Back when you were cringe MD.
Yeah, but it's not even like more of the stuff. It's not even like I don't remember that many cringy things I did in junior high, to be honest. But it's just all the shit that happened in junior high really kind of overlaps those memories. So
junior high was bad for me.
It was bad for everybody.
Junior high is bad for everybody.
That lives in Greensburg. It's bad.
Apparently, I talked to my advisor at college about it, and she also went to a junior high school. all junior high schools in the country are fucking terrible.
If you're not popular, then it's gonna suck dick for you. The one kid told me that, like, oh, junior high was great. Like,
No, it was not.
Popular.
No.
You must have been so traumatized that you're just denying that. You're just in denial.
I cringe when I think back to my junior high years.
That as you should. We all
I
should.
don't cringe. I get angry whenever I think of junior high. You know Mr. Zolman?
Oh boy. Here we go again.
Sound familiar?
Oh, well, he's a teacher. I'm not gonna go into it as much as I did last time, but
Okay, good.
He was the gym teacher who he's a muff.
And the health teacher.
He's a health teacher and a gym teacher. He's one of those teachers that acts all like manly and shit, and tells like he's one of how do I describe it? One of the teachers that would straight up tell a kid to shut up in the middle of class, and like say awesome all the time, and that kind of person. And he was a muffin. Like, he had tiny legs and a big body, big upper body, and he picked on me. He would pick on me because I didn't do health articles. And keep in mind, if you don't do any health articles in that health class, you'll pass with at most a C-. And I did 2, and he picked on me for not doing them. And there were even some kids that didn't do them, and he would pick on me still. And he would just, it got to the point where it was actual bullying. Like, he legitimately bullied me. Every day, he would pick on me for something unrelated. And then I eventually told the counselor, and he stopped immediately. Like, the next day, he didn't say a word to me. Which was pretty funny. And I think back at the times when, I think back at things I could have said back to him, like, Zolman, I feel like that you're just picking on kids to hide your insecurity about your pencil legs.
Oh, I remember Zolman.
Yeah. He has big
I know
feet.
who you talking about.
Hide your insecurity of fucking pencil legs. Someone come in here and help me kill this rare. Jesus.
Skip leg day.
You just hide your insecurities about your fucking pencil legs. Classic CMD. Yeah.
Yeah. Homie boy.
I got a VR thingy. The VR headset. It's not an actual like VR like one of their $300, but you put your phone in it. You know what this means?
What?
I could watch porn in virtual reality. Awesome.
Do they even make that yet?
Yeah, they do.
Let me guess, you're going to say go to Clip Hunter and I'll find it.
No, I went to Pornhub this time.
I'd imagine they would have made that already.
Yeah. And it lagged my phone really bad. I had to put it at 720p and barely get like 20 frames. And it really made my phone really, really hot. Oh, Jesus. It wasn't all that great. I'm not gonna lie.
VR porn is the future, but it's not that great.
No.
Disappointing, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, well, life is full of disappointments.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Miss O'Hare was there at graduation. Yeah, she was crying because the last class she ever had, graduating shit. Yeah, she asked me, "Why didn't you bring your dragon? Like, he's at home sleeping probably." It's like, you should have brought him and put a cap and gown on him. It's like, but they won't let dragons in here. It's like, what are they gonna do?
No one would know. They're gonna kick out the dragon. Ooh.
I don't know.
Please don't kick out my dragon.
Miss Neff's not gonna be there anymore.
It's Nerf for nothing.
Miss Nerf for nothing. That's a name I came for her. You know who Miss Neff is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. I was just sitting there. Aiden was in front of me. And people were just saying Miss Neff a bunch. And I was sitting there like I wasn't even looking up. I just said Miss Nerf for nothing, and Aiden just like lost it. Oh boy.
Oprah.
Okay, this is not good. I need to run. That did not work.
Damn it.
Oh, okay, I'm running. The speed of fuck. Now we have more. Well, thank you, Hope. We have more things to rip on Kyle about.
Or no, it's power.
Great.
Oh, I think I still have my Discord conversations with him.
Oh.
Can he? Does he spell properly with you? Like
Yeah.
Okay, he tries when he's with a female. Whenever he's like in we were playing Warframe and he was talking to me through the chat, and I couldn't. I had to. It took me a minute to like. Each time he said something, it took me a minute to understand what he was trying to say, because his spelling was just terrible because he put no effort into it. What if when he was talking to you, he Googled how to spell things?
Oh.
Oh, you know Vincent Parks?
Who? Wait, what?
Hmm?
What'd you say?
You know Vincent Parks?
No.
What?
I don't know
He's in
people
my grade.
very well.
Well, he's a friend of Kyle's. He plays a lot of CS:GO with him.
Gross.
And Terraria. And he told me that he had to look up that Vincent had to look up how to spell hentai. I just remembered that. And I already know how to spell it. He's like, wow.
Midget,
Yeah,
I feel
it's
like
not that
Midget's
hard.
probably in the. Oh yeah, he's in the lollies. You know what a lolly is?
Wait, who?
Midget.
What? God damn it! I thought he got off the pedophilia.
It's
Damn it.
Lollies are just anime children. Yep.
I thought he got off the pedophilia when Fat left.
I don't know if he's still
Damn
into
it.
that, but
Alright.
he come up to me and like, yeah, I have something to tell you, and then he said the word lolly, and I left. I just walked home.
No. Not dealing with this.
How much left do I have? Oh my god.
Don't pay me enough to deal with this shit.
They don't. Wait. This guy is small.
Bouse.
Boss. Aww. Start work order. Look here, the call has gone out. Prepare yourself.
I am prepared.
I am prepared. Where shall I go?
Still waiting for that demon hunter name. I am prepared.
Yikes.
I will go here in Valsharon.
Yeah.
Alright. What are some other things I was gonna bring up? Oh, yes, we can talk about D&D.
D&D. Yeah, CMD loves D&D.
Uh,
Have you played D&D? Hope I don't know if that was you that I was talking to you about that or not. You know D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. Just making sure.
Dungeons and Dorgans.
I can't tell if you're speaking and you're getting cut out or you're not speaking at all.
me?
Yeah.
I'm not saying right now because I'm eating mozzarella sticks.
Everything makes sense now.
What?
You played it, or have I talked to you about Dungeons and Dragons? Have you ever played that?
No.
Well, you know how it works, at least?
I have a general idea.
You're role-playing? Yeah, that's it. Oh, man.
I don't know, like, every single thing about it.
No,
but...
I know, but it's just like the basic process is just it is, yeah, just all you need to know really is just role playing to understand what we'll be talking about. So, when I played I really only played one campaign through, but I had made a guy. He was a warlock, and let's see, his flaws were. Actually, I'm just gonna straight up say what exactly.
Your hunger for knowledge is insatiable.
I had such a hunger for knowledge that every time I read a new book, I would like buckets of semen everywhere. And yeah, and no one was safe. No one.
We did get to that point a couple of times.
Midget was kind of a cunt. How did he get his he had like infinite lives or whatever, and he died,
he had vampirism, and it wasn't infinite lives.
or he had a lot of lives, and if he died, he'd come back to life. And how did he even get that?
I don't know. I don't remember.
You say he bitched at you until you gave it to him.
Something like that sounds about right.
He claims this is just another thing to get into about Mitch Nog. How
he's always searching for invincibility.
Like how I mean like, or yes, but the times where he thinks he knows but he really doesn't. When he argues with the DM, which is the DM, which is the dungeon master, like it's whatever the DM says, it goes. You can't argue with the DM because it's
even if in the rule books say something else. DM's word is law at the end.
And he tried arguing with DM.
He argues with everybody. That's just a rule. That's just a rule he seems to follow.
Even if he knows he's wrong, he'll still try to argue with you. Like and then like maybe like what Jared said before in one of the previous podcasts, like say the next day, and it's brought back up. He'll claim that he said something else, and what he said before was never a thing. Like, no, that didn't happen. I'm not stupid. I'll refuse to believe that I'm stupid.
Shut up, you stupid.
Exactly. Giant tree.
Tree man.
Kyle, just stop.
Yeah, tree man.
Gosh, you He-Man.
Oh, flawless Skeletor impression.
Oh. Wait.
I do enjoy that very much.
I remember that one day you were doing the. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
No.
Never.
Try hard. No. I want to know what you're talking about.
I forgot what I was about to say.
Spooky. Yeah, you'll remember.
Did we ever have any classes together?
Me and you?
No.
Oh.
I don't think so.
We only had lunch together, I think. That's it.
We won't have any together now.
I get it. Because CMD's a faggot.
Why is that? Because I graduated?
No. Because you don't.
Thanks.
Oh.
I'll live on your legacy for the lip dubs.
No, that's not going to happen for a couple
So
years.
you're going to dress up in the banana suit?
That's not going to happen for a couple of years. They said that.
Yeah.
Really? Another lip dub?
Yeah.
Well, if you put out another one, I will review it, and I will give it a fair review like I did the last one.
I feel like they were just getting burnt out on it because you can tell that they didn't really try that hard in the last one.
It seems like more really let the students do it. It's like, there was a mistake there.
I just still remember how I just stared to the camera every time it went by me.
Yeah. That's something I do. Hey, there's some wardens as well. I'm gonna go to... First off, I'm gonna go find the flight path.
Ah, shit, I gotta check. Time, it's 8 o'clock. Time to check my mail.
I felt like I wasn't gonna miss school, but I kind of felt a little bit sad after leaving. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie.
You'll miss the good parts, but not all the work.
Wait, what?
High school was not a lot of work, though. High school was not a lot of work.
Well, I procrastinate, so it turns into a lot of work.
I did too, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, same, but... Yeah, it's just like, I like the underclassmen more than I did my own class. It's kind of sad.
I wouldn't be surprised.
How I like people who I barely even know more than people who I grew up with.
I thought my graduating class was alright.
Your graduating class actually more tolerable people. I guess I just was born the wrong year.
What the fuck was that? So like a malfunctioning radio.
The wardens. I'll go here.
Yes. Swoops.
Alright, Hope.
What?
Alright. What's your story of the day?
Mine?
Sure.
I don't know.
We're gonna have that every podcast as a story of the day.
Well, okay. Well, who's going to do it?
We all think of one. Whoever thinks of one first gets to tell it. Things don't happen to me, so...
Things don't happen to me either.
Shit.
So what, are we just going to rely on our guests to regale us with tales of their lives?
Well, it's a female, so most likely has a story.
That's
I
like,
have no life.
What?
I have no life. Let me think.
Girls' lives are more interesting than guys' lives, seems. God. Oh yeah, you know what? Let's just, Jared. Let's just recite the whole campaign, basically. Not like.
okay.
Yeah.
Let me go get my grimoire. Okay, let's see. Alright, so the way this is going to work is I will provide a brief overview of each chapter. CMD will provide excess details as he deems fit.
Oh.
So let's begin with chapter 1 as soon as I find it, because I didn't organize this damn book when I wrote it. Okay, no, that's not it. One moment, please.
Try this.
Oh.
So, what is about to happen? Exactly?
Our Dungeons and Dragons story.
So how many grillers you want? None?
3, 5, I don't know.
Grillers are like hot dog size.
Ew.
Okay, I'll just bring you some macaroni and cheese. How's that?
Okay. Okay, extra campaign details. Let's see what we got. As soon as I turn the page. Here we go. Okay, so our fair story begins with our heroes arriving in a village that is so frozen over, everybody has forgotten its name. From there, our heroes manage to track down a bandit lord inside of a volcano.
Wait, oh yes.
After
Before, but, the way I was introduced was I was in. It was one of the towers, was it?
yeah,
And there's a library in there. I was just there reading a book with all the bandits around me. Oh Jesus! All the bandits around me doing their shit because Fat was outside fucking some bandits up, and I was just there reading a book. And then they didn't notice me, it seems. And I fucked a couple of them up, I guess. I don't know why I did that.
CMD was quite into Cloud of Daggers.
And yeah, and poison. All right, continue.
So, upon slaying our fair bandit lord, they managed to rescue a nobleman who told them that he realized that the source of this eternal winter was coming from his old family mansion in the forest.
Oh wait, hold on. In that tower, there's a big gate, and Nips was there, and I don't know how it happened, but the gate, it was a big giant metal gate, like how you'd see like a castle kind of gate. That's how I pictured it. It fell on my legs, and my legs only, and I took like 2 damage, I think. And like, ow, that kind of hurt. And I couldn't move, but it didn't hurt. And Nips just fucking threw it up.
Indestructible legs.
Yeah, and that's how I got my indestructible legs.
Anyway, our heroes then journeyed to the forest where they encountered a whole bunch of spider creatures.
I blew one's
Upon
ass
fight,
off.
huh?
I blew one's ass off.
Yeah. Every single. Upon hacking and slashing their way through spider creatures, they eventually come to the abandoned house filled with ancient artifacts and the like. And then they take forever to search for it because the master thief in the group didn't realize there was a basement. Remember Grum?
Yes.
Yeah, Grum was like, "Oh, let's go upstairs." Like, well, where do we go now? And then suddenly somebody's like, "Wait, downstairs." Like, yes. So, upon venturing upon venturing downstairs, they find a sealed vault that remains untouched by time and their spidery foes. Inside they find a jewel emitting off all the cold energy, freezing the surrounding lands, and a man chained up. They free the man, take the jewel, and fucking leave as fast as possible because a giant egg sack overhead was deciding to open.
Yummy.
Oh yeah, it was great. It was a good time. It was like, you guys done fucked up. And then XX Keck was there being a gladiator.
That's gay, by the way.
You didn't explain who Nips is?
Oh, Nips is a Cage Balser. XX Keck is Gabe Collins.
Nickel Nips Cage. Anyway, okay. So upon getting back to our nobleman who stabilizes the jewel, the village eventually starts to thaw out, and our heroes make their way towards the mountains in order to head up north to continue their journey. Upon arriving to the mountains, they go up. They decide to go up the mountains as opposed to around or under, and come across a ruined city filled with the undead. Ooh. After some skirmishes with the undead, the city falls in on itself, and they fall into a deep subterranean lake.
Was this is thousands of undead?
No, this is no. That's after.
Oh.
All right. So upon diving into the subterranean lake, our heroes meet a small tribe of mer people who are being oppressed by a kraken. Let's see here. Kraken. The mer people, against the wishes of our heroes, decide to use their immortal friend as bait to lure it out. They are successful.
Is that who was that?
The immortal?
Oh.
He was just an NPC.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was just an NPC I had you guys traveling with. Anywho. Okay, so our heroes track the Kraken back to a temple under the water in order to find their friend. Inside the temple, they find their friend whose wounds have mysteriously healed, and the Kraken. Which, by the way, Krakens, we found out right before that, were amphibious, so we decided that there was air in the temple. Before this, our heroes had stumbled across several mysterious jewels of great power. In order to defeat the Kraken, the Immortal suggests that he would utilize the jewels to cast a powerful spell in order to subdue the creature. Our heroes agree to this and give the Immortal 2 of the jewels. After some fierce fighting, attempting to hold the Kraken off, the Immortal throws a lance made out of electricity at the Kraken, killing it. Let's see, yada yada yada. It was then that our heroes learned that the tribe of Mer people had betrayed them and intended to offer all of them up as a sacrifice to the Kraken in order to gain their freedom. It was also in the temple that our heroes found a mysterious key of sorts, but they didn't know what it went to. All right. Huh? Anyway. Alright, so our heroes eventually get back to the surface where they find that a city is under siege by what appears to be an infinite army of the undead. Guarding the city is a single paladin. Our heroes descend, and that's when our fair warlock, who's obsessed with knowledge...
I don't descend.
No. What? The vampire bitch got thrown down because he was being a bitch. And it was then that our warlock realized that he could manipulate the weather by throwing daggers at it. And thus, a huge weather phenomenon was created in order to distract the army of the undead.
And damage the other heroes, really. I paid attention to them.
It was a huge fucking problem, but at the same time, it was solving the other huge fucking problems that were present. So it really, who knows? Who cares? So our heroes save the city because they're heroes. Is what they do. Upon this, they receive an audience with the king of said city, and they are given the task of taking the rest of finding the rest of the mysterious jewels and taking them up north to a sealed temple that can only be unlocked with all of the jewels. And they are also told that on the way they will see infernal gateways leading to pocket dimensions where fearsome weapons sit. They should seek out these weapons should they want to stand a chance against the horrors that lurk within the temple. Sam, do you have anything else to add here?
No.
All right. Okay, so let's see, yada yada yada. Okay, and this is where it kind of gets varied up. But essentially, what happened is they went straight for the weapon dungeons, and as they kept going through more and more of the weapon dungeons and getting more and more of those gems, the world kept falling apart until basically all the world was like 4 or 5 floating platforms above the molten core. And space was essentially falling apart. It was not a good time, but they made the best of it. Anywho, let me see if I can remember this. Yada yada yada. Oh yeah, they also in an event to save the temple that they were headed to. The temple came under attack by huge mechanized cannons. I don't know if you were there for this, CMD.
Yes, I was.
Ah, yeah, okay. So the entire group decides it would be best to destroy the cannons before the temple is leveled, because whatever could save them within might be destroyed by accident. So they go and they blow up the cannons using their master thief, who turned into a dragon by the end. It was really fucked up and convoluted. Anyway, So our heroes finally make it to the temple, where they encounter the lich that's been behind everything the entire time. And having two liches in the party really didn't seem to faze him at all. Because CMD went lich, and Nips, who was a cleric, also went lich. But he was an evil cleric. Also, everybody was worshipping a pain god, and every time they'd ask for something after causing pain, I would send them. I would have the gods flood their minds with pictures of the deity's erect penis.
Mm.
CMD, you remember that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. Anyway, so they get to the temple. They bash the lich's face in, get to the temple, and Fat decides it would be a good idea to disregard the guardians that were set to test him in the party, and instead he decides to teleport into the boss room.
Oh.
Luckily for him, the boss was asleep and didn't notice him at first. But after a while, and Fat attempted to then open the door from the other side using himself and all the companions he had gathered, but he failed. After the rest of the party defeats the boss and defeats the Guardians, they head in where I had to abridge the boss fight because we were low on time. But essentially, the heroes beat the boss and acquired divinity as a reward, as well as a greater wish marble to rebuild the world.
Assault.
Not to mention that Midget became a transvestite at one point and started getting drunk and fucking. You remember that, CMD, right?
Yeah, I do. I think Midget's in the traps. I bet he'd be in the traps.
Well, I mean, I think the internet is finally in agreement that traps are gay.
You know what a trap is, right, Hope? Just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
The internet is finally in agreement that traps are gay.
You seem so into this, Hope.
What?
You seem so into this.
Uh-huh. I don't know what's happening, so.
Oh, nothing anymore.
Yeah, for a while there, I'm just like, okay, just gonna listen.
I didn't think you would.
And now CMD Bag is putting together another epic crew of heroes to go on another campaign.
Hope you should join
What?
the D&D campaign that we're going to be putting together this summer.
Alright. Got nothing better to do.
Well, there you go, CMD. That's 2 people.
Maybe you can get Nips. Maybe. I don't know. He's probably going to say, oh, I have a life now. Knowing that's probably something he'd say.
When do you work?
Me?
So I can show up and just mess with you.
I don't know yet. Oh, it'll be between 1 and 11, or either 1 and 10 or 2 and 11.
AM or PM?
I haven't started working yet.
How old do you have to be to work at Woking?
15, I imagine, or 16, I imagine.
6 months.
6.
Yes, 6 months.
You have to be able to walk.
And pick things
Can
up.
you walk in 6 months?
You what? Say again. I didn't hear what you said.
Can you walk at 6 months?
Maybe. Sandy, you don't know that. There could be some exceptionally talented babies out there that can walk at 6 months.
I couldn't, I know.
Well, then you weren't an exceptionally talented baby.
Okay. Alright.
Alright.
Leaves the call. Woo. Ayla, take me. Hell yeah, take me, Ayla. Oh man, we're now hitting an hour. Good. Good God.
Ooh.
It doesn't feel like, it feels like it's been longer.
Feels like it's been shorter.
Oh, hold on. That's a phone call. Ah, God damn it.
Answer
What?
fuck. Okay, never mind.
Hello. I'm trying to talk Kyle into running BitMentor on his computer when he's not running it.
Yeah.
Speak of.
And he wants you to convince him that he wants you to come over to do it.
I'm eating.
You're eating.
We're doing a
Come
podcast.
over afterwards.
Possibly.
Possibly. Okay, what have you done all day?
Huh?
What have you done all day?
I played Space Engineers, and I'm having a conversation over Discord with CMD and some bitch.
Okay, well, let me know when you're done eating.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Bye. God damn it, Michael. I got other shit to do besides go over there. Anyway, sorry about that. I really should have muted myself.
It's alright. Speaking of the devil, I don't know if you heard me say that.
Yeah, speaking
Lol.
of the autist.
Mhm. Actually, yeah, that was Michael calling to say that I need to go over there to convince Midget of something.
What is he wanting to convince him of?
I don't know, something about bitcoins. Basically, all I need to do is like put my entire leg into his ass, and that'll do it. It'll be no problem. I won't even need to use lube.
Wait, where is this at exactly? Where? It says at Michael's house,
What?
right?
I have no comment.
This is at Michael's house, right?
Yes.
Where's that at?
He lives with his mom now.
Yeah.
Michael.
He's 40 years old. He's like 40-something years old. You wouldn't know.
Oh.
So.
Oh, hang out with
It's
him.
his cousin. So wait, where is his mom's house at?
Shit. It's on the other side of the bypass, near Hillcrest.
The fuck is that?
It's a bunch of apartments.
Well, there's apartments everywhere in this town.
Hey, you really don't know this town.
Why is it called an apartment if they're right next to each other?
What?
I don't know.
Apartments are not apart.
Yeah, oh, okay, now I see what's going on.
See, that's what messes with my head.
So this.
Okay, I see where this is going now.
Specific on where these apartments are.
Well, okay, so you apparently know where my house is, so just go on the other side of the bypass and go down the road a while. Go down the road for like 15 seconds and you'll see them.
Depends
Apartments.
how fast you're going.
Well, if you're going 30,
Loophole.
I'm trying to think.
you're going 30, then it's.
15 seconds.
You know what? Hold on. Let me.
You walk at Mach 12, so.
I'm sorry that I walk quickly.
Maybe
I'm
it'll
not
take you 15
sorry.
seconds. I'm not actually sorry.
I said if you were going 30,
If I was going 30? Oh, Jesus.
like in a car.
Yeah, you do walk that fast.
Yes, I walk as fast as a car. Which is why I told you getting outside of town was no trouble.
The apartments. I'm trying to think.
Hold on. I'm going on Google Maps now to get you a fucking
Is
address.
it by the car wash?
No. I'm gonna get you a fucking address.
Alright.
Ooh, watch for Fendi.
What?
Eh?
What are you, my mother?
I
Actually, for the most part, my mother doesn't even care what I say anymore.
Well,
She understands. Yeah, let's get some satellite view. I don't need this street view bullshit. Google, I'm using your satellite to figure out where the fuck my cousin lives.
So Hope, were you and you seem pretty intrigued by it. I mean, you even said so yourself about my sex story. Very epic tale. Not really, but...
Oh boy, he's gonna regale us again.
No.
Oh, mine was epic.
Let me get the fucking tea.
Maybe if you want to share the state of the podcast, I mean, you don't have to go in detail, obviously, on the actual part that happened, but...
At least yours wasn't in a house that was, like, still being constructed.
That sounds dangerous.
With no windows.
Oh.
Just hole.
Ah, I found it.
With someone that brought their friend, but didn't join. Just walked around inside of the house. It was disappointing.
Okay, let me see if I can find this goddamn address.
I didn't get to finish, what I said. Like, at the ending, I said I'm going to end it off with this statement, and it just cut off. But what I was saying was I didn't get to finish. We didn't finish. So
CMD, I got the address.
So there's that extra detail for you. All right.
706 West 15th Street.
Send me through Telegram.
What?
Send me through
Telegram. Right, yes. Okay, so...
If you're going to be going over there, are you going to be over there, like, late? Like we do with, like, we did at the apartments?
Yeah, most likely, especially if we do Pathfinder.
Okay. Neat.
The address is in Discord.
Oh shit, I'm not gonna... Where the hell? Well, I'll look at that in a bit. I'm not gonna open that up while it's recording. Because I don't feel like cutting it out if I know.
Why?
Because...
It'll show up.
I'm not putting 2 and 2 together here, guys. I'm gonna need a little help.
Because it's...
I'm guessing you have your monitor showing right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll show up and show the houses.
An address to show up on YouTube.
Who cares?
You can always block, like, go over it though, like, cover it up.
But then that would require editing. Then I have to render the whole entire thing, which is an hour long. That's too long. It would take too long. I'm sure there's some other simple way to do it, but I don't care enough to find out how to do it. But what?
Yeah, I only have one subscriber on my YouTube channel, and it's my boyfriend.
What was I going to talk about? Ah, yes.
It's really just my Discord name, Flow Show.
Since you're going to be a junior next year, I would get tips about it, but really, like, if you would listen to the tips that Jared had made for college, it's basically that, kind of. Really, just follow the same tips you do in high school for college. I'm assuming that's how that goes, just...
Basically.
But, I mean, really, the tips I can provide is... Actually, no.
Don't get raped.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It's not really tips. Like,
would recommend that advice.
Well, you seem to be doing fine so far. I mean, to me, you do. I mean, I'm not gonna, well, assume. But.
What?
I don't know who I am. All right. Okay. I'm just gonna like. Junior year is when they're gonna start getting on you more and more about college.
College or die.
College or die. That should be their motto. College or die. And senior year,
the school is not all about learning. It's all about passing your classes.
That's all schools, really.
Oh yeah.
And in your senior year, they won't leave you alone about it. They won't leave you alone at all. They won't give you a second to breathe about it. Like, where are you gonna go to college? Where are you gonna
Me
go to college?
being the smart data that I am, I'd sass back, so I don't even gotta worry about anything. I don't even know what I want to do when I get older.
They expect you to know what you want to do and where you want to go by the end of the year, basically. That's how they see it. Like, you have to have your mind made up. I mean, you don't have to, but they kind of expect you to.
Like, I know I'm going to end up changing what I want to do whenever I get into a college, if I go to a college.
That's how I feel. Like, I feel like I'm just going to change midway.
Yeah.
Senior year is probably the easiest year. It was the easiest year for me. I don't know about you, Jared.
No, yeah, it was great. It was the greatest year for me.
Yes.
I try to forget my freshman year.
I try to forget.
I don't remember it.
Everything at sophomore year, everything before junior year, I try to forget that.
I already did. I didn't try to. I just purged it accidentally one day.
My sophomore year wasn't really that bad.
Yeah, junior year is just kind of meh. It's just another year, and
Like,
senior year.
everyone in my grade is like super depressed, and I'm just over here having the time of my life because I got help and stuff, and I'm happy.
Yeah.
So it's just awkward.
Some people with their fake depression.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I could spot that out immediately and like, stop it. You're fine, fucker. You just want attention. And yeah, junior year is just like meh. It's just another one, and then senior year, everybody like how it was for me. Like everybody like kind of isolated. I was kind of isolated from everybody else until my senior year, and like everybody knew who I was, and I was like friends with everybody. It's pretty nice.
I'm basically friends with everyone, and also I can fit into like any friend group that I want.
Yeah,
I could do the same thing.
Friends with the.
Like shoot, if I want to go play Yu-Gi-Oh, I can, and I'll fit in. But I don't want to play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh right in my trap.
I
did that.
God, I think a blood vessel just exploded. Oh, that doesn't feel good.
I did that impression in English class. I was like, "Hey Trey, let's duel." And he's like, "All right." He's like, "It's time to duel," and I made that impression. Like, you fell right into my trap. And one of his friends that was right next to me, and he laughed. He understood. He understood.
There we go. There's no loyalty among cancerous faggots.
Boy. Hope, I reckon. What kind of phone do you have? Hope. What kind of phone do you have?
What?
What kind of phone do you have?
Oh. Jesus, guys.
Restate that.
What kind of phone do you have?
iPhone 7.
Oh man, you should get VR with that. You should get this. You get these goggles that you strap over your head. Pretty great.
I know what VR is.
Ouch! No, like not the ones that are fucking expensive as anus. The like the Google Cardboard, except they have the straps. And you don't have to use your hands. The straps are what the porn is for, so you can be hands free. That's from what I gathered. That's how I feel. That's I feel like that's the main reason why they put the straps on there. Strap on.
Porn.
Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna cut this one short since we had 2 podcasts in the same week. So
360 degrees of porn.
Woo!
look behind you the whole time. That's pretty good.
What?
Look behind you the whole time. Just look behind you. Yeah, it's pretty good. This house is pretty nice. I'd like to live in this kind of house.
Could live in a 360 degree porn house. But you can't because that's basically the temperature of the sun.
Huh. Well.
Or at least the inside of an oven.
And I'm gonna end it here.
Oh. Alright guys, now we can talk about the real shit we can't talk about on YouTube.